We have commentators laughing at this.
Washington has done that incredibly well so far. Reese missed the first one, still with it, blocked.
They realized that they were laughing and then quickly stopped themselves like, oh, I can't laugh. I'm live right now. I can't laugh. I'm live right now. Let me get real serious.
The basketball world is witnessing yet another twist in what's quickly becoming one of the most head-scratching endorsement deals in recent memory. Angel Reese continues to make headlines, not for jaw-dropping plays, but for lowlights that have commentators reaching for the mute button instead of the replay. With her signature Reebok shoe slated for a 2026 release, insiders are now quietly calling it one of the costliest missteps since someone greenlit the XFL.
The Washington Mystics just put belt to ass on Angel Reese and the Chicago Sky. Sonia Citron was out there cooking with hot grease. Stir the pot, stir the pot. Keep cooking, Sonia. That was a show. She put on a flat-out show versus Angel Reese in the Chicago Sky. Boy, did they ruin Angel Reese's homecoming.
When Angel Reese steps onto the court, statisticians across the country hold their breath, and not out of excitement. In her sophomore season, she's pulled off something truly astonishing, hitting just 31.5% of her layups, despite attempting the third most in the entire league. Let that sink in. We're talking about a 6 feet 3 inches professional athlete consistently missing shots that high school JV players make without thinking.
Chicago Bravado once again got their ass kicked. Angel Reese was so bad last night, the announcers calling the game, they were laughing at her performance. Check out some highlights for yourself. Well, KC, you always do this. You select a couple of bad plays and try to convince us that Angel Reese isn't a superstar.
Angel Reese's point-blank inefficiency has reached near mathematical impossibility, turning her into an unintentional comedy act on the court. In one unforgettable sequence against the New York Liberty, she missed 4 straight putback attempts in just 12 seconds, 2 of them getting swatted away. The clip went viral faster than a TikTok trend, but not for the highlight reel. This was a masterclass in how to turn a routine basketball play into pure performance art.
This was an epic embarrassment, bro. Remember, this is a pro basketball player. Won a national championship. Their calling card they'd like to hang over is she beat Caitlin Clark. Remember that. Watch this. Are you serious, guys?
Angel Reese's overall field goal percentage this season is a seemingly solid 44.4%, until you remember that nearly all her attempts come from right under the basket. For context, most professional players convert layups at a 70 to 80% clip. Somehow, Reese has managed to turn basketball's most basic shot into a literal coin toss.
Spin cycle, the Angel Reese, face up, oh, here we go. Oh, snap, cook up, crossover, crossover, right to the rack, and but we got our own rebound. Beautiful, we got our own offensive rebound. Here we go again, a little bit of travel action in there. And we missed another, but don't worry. We grabbed our second rebound. Let me just posture up real quick. Talk my ish. You can't guard me. Point forward, Angel.
Perhaps the clearest sign of how troubling Reese's shooting has become is the reaction from the very people paid to hype up the action. NBA and WNBA commentators are seasoned pros, experts at turning even a routine free throw into a moment of drama. But when Angel Reese drives to the basket, those same voices suddenly falter, often fighting to keep a straight face as they call what should be the simplest play in the game.
With her dominant performances in June, she earned her All-Star selection. But these aren't just a couple of bad plays. These aren't bloopers. These aren't rare moments. This is the norm. The same thing happened last week when the Chicago Bravado got their ass kicked by the Minnesota Linkers. I don't have to convince you that Angel Reese has no impact on winning. Just look at her record, look at her resume in the WNBA.
If you're enjoying the content, don't forget to subscribe. During a recent game, after yet another baffling miss on what should have been a routine layup, one commentator couldn't help but audibly chuckle on the broadcast. And this wasn't the light-hearted laugh that follows an occasional flub, it was the sound of professional disbelief, mixed with a touch of second-hand embarrassment. When the very people paid to hype up the game start laughing at your performance, you've entered a territory most athletes never come close to. The fallout. A cottage industry of viral content. Social media is now flooded with compilation videos of Angel Reese's missed layups, racking up millions of views, complete with circus music, dramatic slow-mo, and exaggerated sound effects. But this isn't the kind of viral fame that boosts sneaker sales. It's the kind that keeps marketing teams up at night, wondering how they got here.
Inside in Washington has done that incredibly well so far. Reese missed the first one, still with it, blocked.
Go through All-Star break, we come back, 9 turnovers. We sit out with a back injury, we come back, can't make a fundamentally sound layup. Maybe they rushed you back from injury. Tyler Marsh, did you rush her back from injury? Tyler Marsh, I'm looking.
While individual performance issues can sometimes be overlooked on a winning team, Angel Reese's struggles are impossible to ignore, especially when paired with the Chicago Sky's spectacular inability to win basketball games. Sitting at a dismal 7-21, the Sky have managed to fuse Reese's shooting woes with team play that would make a recreational league blush. They're currently on an 8-game losing streak, and just to twist the knife further, they've gone 0-5 in games without Reese due to a recent back injury. This creates a strange paradox. The Sky can't seem to win with her, but somehow look even worse without her. It's like complaining about a broken...
I'm no expert in math, but it looks like Angel Reese wins 1 out of every 3 games. If I remember correctly, Angel Reese has beaten a team with a winning record once this season. So you tell me how Angel Reese impacts
an air conditioner while your entire house is on fire. I'm no math expert, but by the numbers, Angel Reese wins about 1 out of every 3 games. And if memory serves, she's beaten a team with a winning record exactly once this season. So ask yourself, how much does Angel Reese really impact winning? Coach Tyler Marsh has tried to keep the messaging positive, but even his most carefully worded soundbites can't mask the bigger issue. The Sky have centered their identity around a player whose most reliable contribution is fueling viral blooper reels. When your star's highlight reel is mostly lowlights, missed layups, blocked putbacks, and circus-level sequences, it's no surprise your championship dreams start evaporating. And yet, somehow, Reebok decided this was the player to lead their basketball revival. Under the leadership of Shaquille O'Neal, Reebok made Angel Reese their first major basketball signing, committing to launch her signature shoe in 2026. On paper, it seemed like a calculated risk, a young player with a massive social media following and the potential to grow into a marketable star. But reality has a funny way of turning paper strategies into origami disasters. Reebok CEO Todd Krinsky even compared Reese to legends like Shaquille O'Neal and Allen Iverson, claiming she carried the same culture-shifting potential. But that comparison quickly starts to feel less inspirational and more delusional when you remember that Shaq and Iverson were, crucially, dominant basketball players. Reese's current on-court performance is raising serious questions about whether Reebok truly understood what they were buying. Signing an athlete isn't just about where they are now, it's a bet on where they're headed. And in Reese's case, that trajectory looks less like a rising star and more like a line drive into the bottom of the rim, followed by a bounce into the stands. Industry insiders are beginning to murmur, was this all just a flashy social media play? Because when your signature move becomes a missed layup and your most consistent stat is going viral for the wrong reasons, the brand risk starts to outweigh the hype. Ironically, the most stabilizing development in this ongoing saga may be her recent back injury, which has sidelined her for several games. And while no injury is ever cause for celebration, the truth is, Reese's absence has offered a rare break from the blooper reels. Both for her team and for the brand tied to her name. Angel Reese's recent back injury has provided a brief but welcome respite from the weekly cycle of viral clips showcasing fundamental basketball failures. The timing couldn't have been more convenient. Just as social media was reaching peak saturation with her missed layup compilations, the injury allowed the collective basketball world to take a deep breath and, frankly, recover from the second-hand embarrassment of watching a professional athlete struggle with shots most fans could make. For Reebok's marketing team, this break has been a small blessing. It's bought them time to rethink how to promote a signature shoe tied to an athlete best known for not making shots. The situation grew even more awkward when the injury forced Reese to miss a game against the Indiana Fever, led by her college rival, Caitlin Clark, who has successfully translated her NCAA stardom into real professional impact. Reese's absence spared viewers what could have been the most lopsided individual matchup since David met Goliath, if David were blindfolded and Goliath had home court advantage. And while Reese's stat line in a recent game looked decent at first glance, 22 points, 13 rebounds, it was largely inflated by foul calls and trips to the line. She shot just 6 of 16 from the floor, 0 of 1 from deep, and posted a -11 ±. Kiki Iriafen clearly got the better of her. From a business standpoint, the Angel Reese experiment is turning into a case study in how modern athlete endorsements can unravel spectacularly. Reebok has poured resources into a player whose on-court performances undercut the very foundation of sports marketing. The idea that success inspires aspiration. Consumers buy Jordan sneakers because they want to be like Mike. They wear LeBron's gear to channel that championship mindset. So the real question is, what exactly are people supposed to aspire to when they lace up a pair of Angel Reese shoes? Marketing pitch for Angel Reese's signature shoe. Miss layups like your favorite pro. That's about as honest as it gets. Reebok has attempted to pivot away from performance and toward personality, spotlighting Reese's unapologetic confidence, social media clout, and cultural influence. And sure, that might fly for lifestyle brands selling fashion or attitude. But it becomes a serious problem when your core product is performance basketball footwear. It's hard to convince athletes that these shoes will elevate their game when the face of the brand consistently proves that fundamentals are optional. Shaquille O'Neal, now helping lead Reebok's revival, clearly wants to breathe new life into the brand by aligning it with fresh talent. The idea is noble: bring in bold personalities to make Reebok relevant again. But signing Angel Reese as your flagship athlete? That's not bold, that's baffling. If you're unfamiliar with her game, imagine a player who shoots the ball, misses, grabs her own rebound, misses again, and repeats that cycle until the crowd starts chuckling. It's less professional basketball and more like watching a toddler throw bricks at a kiddie hoop. And unlike stars who struggle early but grow into their potential, Reese has doubled down on the same errors, game after game, without meaningful improvement. Her struggles might be more forgivable if she were surrounded by teammates who could help mask her weaknesses. Instead, the Chicago Sky have built a roster that only amplifies them. Without a system that creates easy shots or spacing, Reese's already shaky decision-making becomes a glaring liability. And then there's the coaching conundrum. First-year head coach Tyler Marsh is stuck trying to engineer a winning team around a player whose most bankable skill is going viral for missed layups and awkward putbacks. It's like being handed a sports car with square wheels and being told to win the Indy 500, perhaps most telling? When Reese has been sidelined due to injury, the Sky didn't suddenly look better, but they also didn't look worse. Her presence hasn't moved the needle in either direction. And that's the crux of Reebok's problem. When your signature athlete is more impactful as a meme than a competitor, your performance brand starts looking more like a punchline.